Alright, I'm gonna start off with doing a couple raids.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, Goopy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna record a bit of a clip.
No, I'll mute myself and
You don't have to.
I'm gonna be in the snack anyway, so.
Okay, that's fair enough.
The blood spills in your outpost, Custodian. And
Oh.
through it, you sustain us.
Okay, so starting off with normal, then going to dangerous, and then brutal. So, to show off a little bit how it goes. See. Oh, level 7. Okay, 14 plus people have died in my base. Outpost. I apologize, because I'm not going to be cutting out any of the loading screens. So, when it comes to loading screens, you can always skip ahead a little bit. Alright, there we go. This is my loadout. Got the default sword, and I've purchased this shield. It's basically a shield that I can use for like a couple seconds. And this is not the default, this is the default. Range combat. I prefer melee. Yeah, I've got... This is like the default one I have. Here's the lunge, I think. Wait, I might be wrong actually. No, yeah, this is the one, Frenzy, that I got myself. So anyway. Then I have my grappling hook. That's quite nice. And I have a second jump. It's mostly like if you're grappling, you can always kind of like jump out away. You don't really have anything like vault related. So you just hold down your jump button to get further up. Which is quite nice. I'm gonna go through the entrance. So how it works is basically this whole thing has to basically go in a path to basically one of the geomat, and that's what you're trying to steal. I'm not being careful at all. Oh, you can also lean. I put it to toggle, it's more efficient that way, in my opinion. So they can spawn traps and guards around the place. Okay, there's 2 of them, one flying, and that's another trap that got activated. And this is just on normal. Oh. That was unfortunate. I don't know why I couldn't melee. I was trying to do it. Accidentally I activated my speed boost. Something cool that I also figured out was oh yeah, there's a geomat. I would want to show it on a different trap. Oh, what's that? Oh, more bombs. So, oh, there he is. Oh, that was a close one. You can also cut projectile if you get the timing right, so that's pretty cool. I only found it yesterday by accident. And also another thing, as a builder you can basically make these traps that only appear whenever the geomat is grabbed, so I have my exit right there. Like that, for an example. Okay, I'm surprised there's no traps in the end. That's interesting. Oh well, that was the first one. That was pretty fun. And then you can always like rate people's bases. Just heading back. There we go.
I will overcome
I can
any
press
weakness
this one
that
again now.
remains. You have always been good to me, Custodian.
Alright, let's go for dangerous. See which one is the closest that I can level up. And this one's a little bit further than the grenade. And all of these are just designed by random people. You can also, well, how I have done it, I basically invite somebody and then I go to my base and then I can like test it out. But there should be like something about social raids, but I don't think... I don't remember what it was about social raids. I think there was either that you don't get resources. Yeah. Something I didn't do and I should have done is also break the traps afterwards. Their base, it seems like. A big box, a couple boxes. This guy. Oh. That one before. That's not a good example. Well, basically, if you look on the left screen, I got 10 parts collected. So that's by breaking traps. So that's the whole thing. If you want to break traps. Yeah, XP for it and stuff like that. Then we have these ones. You can just cut them off before they even grab you. Because he wants to like to get me to the spikes. There might be another one. Same that actually works with these. Yeah, that was from both sides. Oh yeah, here you can see. This is the loot. This is also the loot that you get whenever people die in your base. Well, the game actually tells you all of that, but I'm making this video for a friend of mine. So I'm unsure if he wants to get the game or not. There we go. That was a close one. I had to wait for a good while. You can also increase the fire rate of guards and stuff. Always paranoid when it comes to this. Okay. Let's see. There we go. Always quite scared to do that. So far I haven't died yet. Speak of the devil. And also you're literally like a one-shot at all time, really. So due to I grabbed it at Geoman, I still have to get all the way through it, so I'll have to redo the whole thing if I die. So going against a very difficult base, yeah. You can choose to abandon it, or you can proceed forward and just keep going and adding. But each death, I think, will add certain amount of like materials for the people or the person that built the base. They'll basically profit off it. That's quite nice. And I also have this one that is more, say, what is it called? Kind of like more kind in that sense. Yikes. I was focusing on first the hook, then slash him. Something I have seen. Oh, another thing. Whenever you make a base, and people like try it out, like they flawless it or they end up dying, you can actually see how efficient or like how they play and everything. So something I've seen people who often have like zero depths, they take their time, they look around corners and everything. So that's like the safe way. But I just like just going in full speed. It's more fun this way. It's a bit more intense. More spikes. And that was that one. Now for the final one. Brutal. They are often quite big. Or just small, but has a bit of a twist to it.
Extinction preys on the... We do this for the future.
Oh yeah, something I can just show real quick.
Sometimes I think the trigger's already been
So
pulled on
all the
humanity.
weapons for now. They might add more in the future. I don't know.
Uncorrupted genetic material.
Most of the gen met will be in areas that used to have a high
Basically,
population.
the
That's
enemies
where the
or like
bodies
guards that you
are.
can have. Here's all the things that you can add to them. I think you can add 2 things max on these. For an example, I can add armor to this one, so he's not a one hit. He's still vulnerable in the back, but he mostly faces you forward. Yeah. Then we have the traps themselves.
Famine.
So we have seen this
Plague.
one plenty.
It is a miracle there
So
are
this one
human
on the
tribes
first one.
left on this planet.
This one we haven't seen at all. Death Piston, haven't seen that one. And a hallucinatory block. I have these two. I can basically spawn it, or like it appears, or become active actually. It's still there, but it becomes active whenever they get a geomat, a little red thingy. I can hear myself. Lovely.
Now, you
And
ever
here's
wonder
where you
how
get the
many
suit.
of our clones are out there? Are they even like us anymore?
I think that's quite interesting that I noticed about this. Once you get it to purple, it becomes unlockable for like all of them. Same way, well, similar way. Different game. But that's everything. That's what you have to your disposal. Oh, somebody have died. I'm gonna go ahead and check that out real quick. Just adding to it. I'm not gonna check it out. I don't want it to be too long. Takes a bit longer to get through all of it. Yeah, this one. Ah, well, I might actually be required to edit this video. I'll be right back. Hope it won't take too long. I'm back now. Well, this is an interesting base. Something I have come across a lot is whenever you go against like very big bases, they start making you lag. Oh, for some reason it didn't allow me to melee. That's odd. It probably has to do with the cooldown, due to have melee too early. That would make sense. If you miss and didn't hit an object, you probably have to suffer a cooldown. That would make sense. I guess it would have to be quite precise. Oh, this is a bit chaotic. I see why people call this one brutal now. I mean, too close, and I'll get sliced. That was the wrong one! That's unfortunate. I wonder if I can use my projectile for it. Maybe. Kinda fun. Okay, it does work. Oh, that was a close one. Ah, traps up in the roof. Oh, that's a convenient way of putting it. Probably plenty of traps to make people panic. Run into them, for that one example. Oh, there they are. On the side. Oh, only one though. Something that happened to me so many times that I got pissed off. I grapple and I melee too early and then I get killed. I learned from my mistake at least. Oh. Nice one. And that's all I have to show. Oh. I'm conflicted, fuck it. It was fun. Let's see, I feel like the person could have... like they put a lot on the outside, a lot. Because it was not a long path. There was plenty of defense. I guess I don't want it to be nightmarish. Oh wait, I do have more to show, but that's mostly what I wanted to show. If you stick around, I guess you're interested to see how it works with the bases, really. I'm fairly new at it, but been building some of them, putting some hours on it. I don't know if I should go on it and just collect, or if I should spectate and see how it looks for other people. Why not? I feel like it's more fun this way. So we have somebody who's died 7 times. 2 times, 1, 3. I've already viewed that one. These 2. This is a co-op, so I'll spectate these 2 and see how they did. This new base that I made was kind of like I had this idea because my boyfriend said like, oh, like this was before I even had the game, so it was like when we first heard about the Meteor Maker and we saw the trailer. My idea, oh, wait, can this? There we go. My idea of it was that I want to like build this tower that has like different floors, and each floor they go up, it becomes more difficult. I'm speeding it up a bit because why not? But I ended up oh yeah, this is my old one. This is my very first base actually. Yeah, they are just looking for basically any small areas they can like get in to see if the builder was like a bit lackluster. But I also I guess they just went in. Let's see, can I spectate in between? Can I switch who I want to spectate? Okay, that person died to that one. They're reviving each other. No, I think I can only... Oh, there we go. R3. There we go, alright. Yeah, now I can switch in between them. So they went for the loot over there. I didn't know that was there until I started spectating what people do on my one. Yeah, they are literally just looking all over the place. This is something interesting that I didn't know about. Due to I use like yellow and just made it like kind of look a bit similar. Something that was accidental. You see how this person is just trying to find the way? I have scratch marks that specifically shows where to go. So he needs to go up there. Oh, he just went back. So from them, it looks like they are going out the exit. Apparently, like this is the exit, and he fixes like, and he just goes back. This is quite interesting because apparently it confused a lot of people, and it's not just. There we go. Now he found it. Now the spikes, more spikes, trap up above. He just noticed. I removed one of the traps there before. Yeah, this is my newer one. That was my newer one that I added. It has changed a bit since I last fixed on it, but that's mostly what I have to show here. Let's see, can I end it somehow? Yeah, back to Sanctuary. That was my basic one. I want to see how my new one is doing, because that one is basically a big metal box that might be a bit confusing. Well, this time I was trying to be confusing on purpose. So me doing that accidentally was an interesting one. Not the least. Yeah, there's the metal box. 1 death, 7 deaths. Solo. I want to see if there's any co-op once I've tackled my one. Nah, it doesn't seem like it. See, who took the longest? Okay, they died 3 times. Interesting. I want to see how this person who has 7. Oh, I can spec in my own ones. Interesting. Let's see what was working or what wasn't working. Because something this was kind of like me just consistently just building mostly the structure and not focusing too much on traps, but I want to see what worked and yeah, literally what didn't work. Because the whole thing was, it was either gonna be too annoying to find a way to the actual thing, and if they did, they got met with company. Plenty of company. I just added that one for fun. Quite fun that actually somebody triggered it. Was not expecting it. I'm probably gonna change that up. That must be frustrating. I'm planning on putting armor on those. Oh, he fell for that one. That's something I do very frequently. It's just because it works often. Because you want to go and kill the little thing and then you want to also go and collect the loot. And that's when the spikes kick in. I feel this. He's fed up at this point. Dying to the same goddamn trap. Now I see why they got so many deaths. Okay, got it now. I just put the spike there if anyone's curious. Yep, he managed to find it. Ah. That's interesting. Alright, there we go. Is there something that he... Let's see, I haven't really been counting how many times they have died. But I think they get out here. There shouldn't be anything that can kill them. Unless... Yeah. I'm just gonna collect the resources I get for them getting killed, really. Something that I did also figure out is if you play with a teammate, or like a friend or something, and one of them kill you accidentally because friendly fire is on at all time, that does count. The person that is the owner of that outpost do get gain from that. That's a bit interesting. Because I basically was just looking, well, I was just collecting basically from the deaths. So my very first base apparently got around like 40 plus kills. But I think I know the reason why. It's probably because I went for a cheap one, so I have limited capacity. And by having a limited capacity, it doesn't get like a high rating. So it's basically in the normal ratings, and I feel like a lot of people go for normal bases because, you know, they don't want something too difficult. That's probably why I got around like 40 kills, and probably people who was quite new. So going for cheap outposts is pretty efficient, I would say. And making them difficult. I guess if they vote on it enough times to make it brutal, I guess it might go up a bit. I don't really know how it works, but I think it's that because I remember my boyfriend, he bought an outpost that had 2,700, I think, or just 2,000 exactly in capacity. And I think it was when we were done, his one was on dangerous, which would make sense. It's either that or it's just depending on how many traps you can put in. I also remember this one when I was raiding alone. They basically built like a pyramid. It was like basically a way in, and basically when you get to pick up the geomat, everything, like the hallway that you came from, becomes these blocks that this person died by like multiple times, I think around 7. So it basically is, I think it's the holographic block, or it's just, no, I think it's just that block, but they have made it so they're like upgraded so it shows up whenever the geomat is activated. So that's a clever way of using it. Basically like letting the player go in, but they can't go back the way they came from. So they have to go through this maze of a bunch of traps and so on. How I ended up getting through it was just using my speed boost and running through everything. Because it's like packed with weapons. I should probably end the video anytime soon. And here you can also see the route. This was what took me the longest time, and I'd hope it would basically confuse the player because they were gonna busy fighting in the opening area, so the thing would like get pretty far on its own. And strictly due to I did this thing, I started doing a lot more of these things to not make it like stick out. So there's like this, for an example. Yeah, then we have this one that they miss. This thing I just added for fun. If they're like, for an example, following the whole thing. And I think it's this way that it went. Due to like the often stairs are a dead giveaway often. That basically this little thing is traveling it. Then there's also probably the dead giveaway that there's just a big chunk of metal here. I also made it believable that you can go this way. That's just dead end. But if anyone's observant enough, they can get up here. But I did put a block, so they can't just grapple through. Because you can grapple through at least one of these blocks you can go through by grappling and survive. I've done it. Something that I do want to change, well, due to I'm literally posting this, there's going to be a lot more people that know now, so this is probably all going to have to get changed. But either way, you're kind of pointless. Something I didn't notice was this little shortcut this person found. Right here. Oh, there it is. Okay, killed by Enforcer. Oh, I recognize this one. This is the person we were spectating, I think. Oh, somebody actually died to this one. Huh, guess somebody was, well, I guess curiosity killed the cat, as they say. Oh. Wait. I don't remember that person dying. Yeah, it's the same person. Oh, interesting. I think there's also that you can make these blocks so you can't see through them. Or make it so they can't, that they become solid, basically. So this is the little trick. I thought people would not see this part, like they would not care about it, and go for the very obvious part here, but the other person, like, he just went left all the way. He probably just saw the stairs. He didn't see this part here. And due to I'm showing all of this, I had like these extra parts here. For an example, this one goes all the way back up. So this is a bit of a shortcut, you could say. That's spawn. So they went past this part every single time. And this is what I made it. Yeah, it actually goes around here. So I made it like believable that the little drone would walk this way, and then here, and then here, and then they think like, oh yeah, it's this way. They go all the way, just to be met by this. Big middle finger, basically. There's where some people died. I remember how proud I was over this thing. To me now it looks... yeah, it's me. I feel like I can do better. I guess that has to do with that I have more things to my disposal. Disposal, my bad. Wait, what did you die by? Enforcer, okay. These basically became useless. I did get my boyfriend with this one though. And oh yeah, there's a couple more. Oh, that one I haven't checked. Okay, there's 2 remaining. They're up there. Oh, okay. And that was all of them. Might have missed some, but it's kind of hard to see. Yeah, it'll have to do. For anyone who likes cutting corners.